What is up, my sanitarium cellmates? My name is Mari and welcome back to Let's Go Insane. I have not been feeling really good, but I put some makeup on to make this video, but I'm feeling well enough to make a video. And our video today is gonna be about something that's been fascinating and bugging the heck out of me since I've been 18, so the last 4 years. 3 years, Mari can't count, hi. We're gonna be talking about the Mandela effect. Now listen, the Mandela effect's been going on around YouTube a lot, especially the last couple of years. If you haven't been living under a rock, you probably have already heard a lot about it. But I just wanted to go through like the ones that like mess with me the most. So if y'all are ready, I'm ready, let's get started. So the first one we're gonna talk about is the one that I will know the least about on my list, and I got a little list here because I'm old-fashioned. Hi. The first one we're gonna talk about is the one who it's named after, Nelson Mandela. Only reason I don't know this one is because when Nelson Mandela supposedly died in prison, I was a lot younger and I wasn't really into politics until my freshman year of high school when I was taking debate around 2014 when we talked about Nelson Mandela being released from prison. But a lot of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison, and no, he was released, and it was really weird. And that's just the only one that I really don't have any like particular connection with, is that one. But the next one is the one that got me down this horrible dark trail, and all of y'all are gonna absolutely lose your shit if you haven't heard this one, but this is like the most popular one, so I know most people have heard this one. The Berenstain Bears. Is it Berenstein or is it Berenstain? It is Berenstain. Berenstain. I was absolutely shocked when I found this out. I found it out because Channel Frederator did like a cartoon conspiracy theory video on it, and I was like, no way, they're messing with me. It had to have been Berenstain. This has got to be a typo. Someone found a typo and freaked out because I had the books. My mom and I both read the books when we were younger. It's Berenstain, E-I-N, not A-I-N. And I've seen this so many times in my life that, because I had two little sisters, I read to them. Like, I know, it's Berenstain. I watched the show, and like, you know, they would sing the Berenstain Bears. And when I found this out, I was actually like sitting in the cafeteria because like you had the choice of like going to the pep rally or like going to the cafeteria instead and like playing on your computer and stuff. My senior year of high school, me and my friends were done with pep rallies, and I watched this video because I had like 4 of my friends here, and I'm like, guys, did y'all like read the Berenstain Bears as like a kid? And they were like, yeah, we watched it as a kid. I've seen it, we all read the books. And I was like, it's Berenstain, right? And they're like, well, yeah. I'm like, we're all wrong. It's Berenstain, and we've been lied to this entire time. And we even like went online to find the original theme song, and it's saying the Berenstain Bears. And I was just like, what? You can't tell me that it was Berenstain. It's always been Berenstain. Ah, Kit Kat bars. Now listen, Kit Kats. I'm not a chocolate person, but I love Kit Kats. Kit Kats were something I really enjoyed as a kid, so I know how they look like on packaging, and it's like my comfort food during certain parts of the month. And there's always been a hyphen between Kit and Kat. And I'm wrong, apparently. There's never been a hyphen between Kit and Kat. It's just Kit Kat. Like how like, get angry with me, like this is like crazy, right? Like, Kit Kats have never had a hyphen. It's always just been Kit Kat. How crazy is that? I still, like, every once in a while when I buy a Kit Kat, I swear there's a hyphen, but apparently there's never been a hyphen. Now this one I found, a couple of these I found as I was researching some more to talk about, because my main one was the Berenstain Bears, and also another one we're gonna get to later, which really messed with me hardcore, and you're gonna see why. But anyway, this one I just found. Now I watched Looney Tunes as a kid, so I know that it's Tunes, T-O-O-N-S, right? No, it's T-U-N-E-S. Looney Tunes is spelled like a tune, like a song, and like I get it because like I think it's like melody something that like presents it. I've seen that since I was a kid. And you're gonna tell me it's a cartoon, but it's not spelled T-O-O-N-S? You're crazy. My next one is when I also just found out, and I don't want to believe it because I literally just bought this product like a month ago, and I saw on the packaging. I'm so annoyed with it right now. It's actually like something that really ticks me off. These just mess with your mind so much. Double stuffed Oreos. It's always been spelled like in my head, like how stuff is spelled, S-T-U-F-F. They take off an F. It's double stuff with one F. How crazy is that? I would. See, these are the things that really mess with me. Like, things that like are supposed to be spelled correctly, and then they're like not spelled correctly. Or like Chick-fil-A, like I always remember it misspelled. C-H-I-C, filet. But it's always been C-H-I-C-K, filet. And that stuff really ticks me off. As someone who grew up with these products, as someone who like dedicates their money to really, really, really unhealthy stuff, and I should be dieting, but I'm not gonna diet, so get off of me. I'm gonna get this stuff, and it's all not spelled correctly. Or spelled correctly, and it wasn't supposed to be spelled correctly. This next one messes with me. I watched Star Wars as a kid, and I'm not gonna talk about like the iconic, no, I am your father, Luke, I am your father. No, this is something completely different. And I just found this out too, which is why it was like messing with me so bad. C-3PO, my favorite character in Star Wars. C-3PO, love C-3PO so much. In fact, I had like a house key, and it was a Star Wars theme where like they were walking in the desert, C-3PO and R2-D2, and they were just like walking through the desert. That was my key, like when I was a kid. And I never noticed that C-3PO has a silver leg. Go back and look. It's not all gold like we all thought, like all the costumes portray it to be, like everything portrays it to be. No, he has one silver leg. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Like this stuff, God. Moving on. Now this one really ticks me off because, okay, when I was, I want to say 13 or 14, I got really, really, really into unsolved mysteries and like conspiracy theories and things like that. I remember this one specifically because I put so much research into this. I watched so many documentaries. I like did all my website research. I had my own folder on like my computer with all the evidence, all the pictures, all of the notes I would take, and like my personal theories on it, right? The Lindbergh baby. This is one that has to be a newer one because I remember like doing so much research and knowing that this was an unsolved mystery. It's not. He was found dead. And that makes me so angry. Because I remember putting so much research. I remember all the documentaries. I remember specifically watching like a pawn show on the History Channel and someone bringing something in about the Charles Lindbergh missing baby. And they talked about, it's like the biggest mystery ever. Like, no one knows what happened to him. Well, this and that. What? You're here to tell me that like everyone thought this. And we were all wrong the entire time? No. No. Stuff really, that one particularly ticks me off because I found that out like a year ago and I put so much research into this. Nowhere did I ever see that he was found alive until I graduated high school, and I'm like, great, I spent like 4 or 5 years researching, and oh my God. I don't know why these trigger me so much, but they do. They make me so angry, so frustrated. Like, I can't be this wrong. I'm not always right, but I can't be this wrong about this many things, you know? Like, that stuff, no. So this is the one that really, really, like, this one doesn't really, like, tick me off as much as it, like, messes with me. Because there's an old picture of me on NextGen when I was, like, in 8th grade, so like 13, 14 years old. It was Halloween, and I'm in my Donatello mask, and he is in a anonymous mask, like V for Vendetta, anonymous, whatever you want to call mask. Now I'm gonna ask you this because I know what I remember, and it wasn't this. Is the anonymous mask just black and white, or does it have blush and are the lips pink? Take your time, because like this really messed with me. Black and white, right? Like just completely black and white. That's how I remember it. This is how I've seen the picture my entire life, because I have a picture of him in this mask, and I've looked at this since I was 13 years old. Like this, yeah, and I looked back, like after I watched a recent video, like on the most recent Mandela effects or whatever, I find out there was pink. I didn't believe myself, so I went into my old computer and I found that picture. I'll probably post it right here. And yeah, it had pink. Pink! That one doesn't really trigger me. It just like actually messes with me. Like, what? You're gonna sit here and tell me my boyfriend's mask when we were little, like that mask that I've seen 100 times in that picture, had pink on it? No! And like, I was into Anonymous at that time. Like I was, you know, researching all the hacks Anonymous has done and all that. You can't tell me that I was wrong about every mask I saw at that time, you know? The Monopoly Man. This is one that really messed with me as a kid because I used to play with my mom and dad all the time. The Monopoly Man has never had a monocle. I remember the monocle. Like there's some cards, I remember him holding his monocle while running. They never existed, and that makes me so angry. Oh my gosh, yeah, like the Monopoly Man's never had a monocle. Like, what? This is what I actually found out today. I'm gonna write on this piece of paper. Okay, so the name of the girl, the villain of 101 Dalmatians. I want y'all to spell out, like write down her name. Get a paper right now. I'll wait. Okay, y'all have your paper. Now, I'm gonna tell you, like, okay, write down how you think Cruella de Vil's name is spelled, okay? That's how I remember it being spelled. Deville. I have seen way too many Disney villain song compilations to not know how Cruella de Vil is spelled. Y'all wanna see something effed up? This is how Cruella's name is spelled. I'm flipping the paper over because I don't want to waste paper. Devil. It spells out devil. And it was a pun because Perdita called her, you know, that devil woman. I've seen way too many compilations of things to know how it's supposed to be spelled. That's not the way, and it makes me so angry. Oh my God. I found that today. This is why I'm only triggered by it right now, is because I just found that out just now. My eyes went wide and I was like, what? No, no, no. And last but not least, and this is the one that really messes me up, the Mona Lisa. She has a smile, right? Everyone knows she has a smile. But I specifically remember her smile being a lot less. That makes sense. Like a lot. Like the smile was very faint. And I remember this like specifically because like I remember scientists like literally having to measure the corner of her lips and look at the angle so carefully because many people thought that she was frowning or smiling. No, she has a perfect smile now. Oh my God. Like how crazy is that? People have their reasoning on why they think we have Mandela effects. There's several. One's the butterfly effect. Like there's time travelers and like they mess up one little thing because like time travel's not here, but it will be eventually. Like, yeah, time travel is not impossible. It's very improbable, but I'm sure at one point we are going to have the skills necessary to time travel, and probably someone's messing with things and like going around and making little tiny mistakes, and that's what we're seeing. And that one, I guess, is like the most realistic for me. The other theory is that we're constantly like flipping through alternate dimensions. So if like you remember Berenstein as Stein, you were in the original dimension. But if you remember Berenstain, then you're like from the alternate dimension or something like that. That was the first theory I ever heard about it. My personal like crackpot theory that I created, and I'm sure now that I'm bringing this like into people's like into people's point of view, like people are actually gonna believe me. No, this is just my crackpot theory, like, ooh, what's the most craziest thing I can think of? And this might be it. So this is what it is. And I got this after reading the Five Nights at Freddy book, Silver Eyes. No. The Twisted Ones. I'm sorry, there's the Twisted Ones. I think that's the one that they bring it up. In the Twisted Ones, we find out that there's a disc inside the Five Nights at Freddy animatronics. And Game Theory did a whole video about this too. So like if you want to like get more ideas on like why I think this is possible, you can do that. But anyway, these little mind control devices like emit a sound. So your brain gets triggered by certain parts. So your perception of things is different. My theory was because a lot of these have been coming into play a lot more lately is because all the electronics we use are emitting little sounds in our brain to turn on different parts of our brain. And these are just experimental. This is not real whatsoever. Like this is something I just made up on the spot because, one day because I thought it was, oh man, people might actually believe me. But no, it's not real. I'm putting it out right now. It's not real. I have nothing to back it up except for a Five Nights at Freddy's book. But they've been testing us. So like the real way it's spelled is like how it's supposed to be, but they put little things in our heads so we like perceive it differently. It's crazy, I know, but like I feel like it could actually be a thing, but like I don't believe it. I don't think aliens are here messing with our minds. I don't think the government is like trying to manipulate us. Like, I mean, not that way at least. Subliminal messaging, I would believe more than mind control. But time travel, I think, is the easiest way to describe it, in my opinion, and the best way to describe it. But yeah, those are the Mandela effects that really mess with me. And I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all want to see more like videos on conspiracy theories or just weird unsolved mysteries or more Mandela effects, give us a big old like. You can either leave a comment on what you may want to see next, or you can even email our business email. If y'all want to actually send anything, feel free to, and we will see what we can do. If y'all enjoyed this, kill the like button. If you like killing, hit the subscribe button as well. And I will see y'all next time, my sanitarium cellmates. Goodbye. That scared me so bad. But it's always been I cannot spell today, guys. Like Toone. Yeah, I can't spell. Perseus, isn't that crazy? He's asleep. He's not enjoying me yelling. Hello, cat. The ones that actually like mess with it. Hello, cat. 1 second. My TV's doing something weird. 1 second. Okay, awesome. Sorry, I changed the screensaver on my TV and it's being weird because I don't usually mess with the screensaver, but it's like Christmas and I wanted a cute fireplace on my screensaver.